Hi. Today is May 17th. We're gonna do Clifford's Big Book of Stories by Norman Birdwell. If I can open it. Okay, so 1994 copyright Scholastic, and it says printed in Mexico. And description of the author. Norman Birdwell. When Norman Birdwell was a boy in Kokomo, Indiana, he, like many children, dreamed of owning a dog as big as a horse, a dog that he could ride around the neighborhood. He also spent many hours sketching and hoping that one day he would earn his living as an artist. After attending the John Herron Art Institute in Indianapolis and studying for 2 years at the Cooper Union in New York City, Birdwell spent 12 years working as a fabric designer and freelance artist for cartoon strips. One year he fell in particularly difficult times, so armed with a portfolio of sample drawings, he met with various publishers in an attempt to illustrate children's books. Says Birdwell, one editor told me, "I don't think you can sell this. If you want to illustrate a book, you're going to have to write it too." That's exactly what he did. And Clifford, the Big Red Dog, was born. 30 years later, Clifford Books with 30 years later, Clifford is more successful than ever. Birdwell has written more than 30 Clifford books with over 32 million copies in print, placing the clumsy but always lovable canine in all kinds of adventures. In 1990, Clifford made his debut as a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In 1991, Norman Birdwell was honored with a 14th annual Jeremiah Livingston Award given to individuals who made significant contributions to the world of educational paperbacks. Caldwell and his family now live in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, in a house with big red shutters. One of his 2 red cars bears the license plate Clifford. And his wife Norma is also an artist and frequently exhibits her watercolors, oils, and prints. The Birdwells have 2 grown children. So yeah, so let's see. I'm Family Elizabeth, and I'm sorry. I'm Emily Elizabeth, and I have a dog. My dog is a big red dog. Other kids I know have dogs too. Some are big dogs, and some are red dogs, but I have the biggest, reddest dog on our street. This is my dog, Clifford. We have fun together. We play games. I throw a stick and he brings it back to me. He makes mistakes sometimes. He brought back the police baton and the police strapped to it. We play hide and seek. I'm a good hide and seek player. I can find Clifford no matter where he hides. We play camping out, and I don't need a tent. He can do tricks too. He can sit up and beg. Oh, I know he's not perfect. He has some bad habits. He runs after cars. He catches some of them. He runs after cats too. We don't go to the zoo anymore. He digs up flowers. He loves to chew shoes. I don't know why that shoe is so huge. It's not easy to keep Clifford. He eats and drinks a lot. His house was a problem too. But he's a very good watchdog. The bad boys don't come around anymore. One day I gave Clifford a bath, and I combed his hair with a broom. And took him to a dog show. With the rake. I'd like to say Clifford won first prize, but he didn't. I don't care. You got Suki. You can keep all your small dogs. You can keep all your black, white, brown, and spotted dogs. I'll keep Clifford, wouldn't you? Clifford's puppy days. Hi, we are Clifford and Emily Elizabeth. Clifford is my dog. He's pretty big. Clifford wasn't always so big. When he was a puppy, he was very, very small. I had to be careful when I played with him. He was too small to fetch a ball. Poor little Clifford, he wanted to play with my toys. They were too big. And squashed him, apparently. But he likes the merry-go-round I made for him. Okay, record player. On cold winter days, Clifford found snugly warm places to sleep. Like my cat. We put a clock by his bed at night. The ticking seemed to lull him to sleep. Once I forgot to turn off the alarm. At first, I gave Clifford bath in the bathtub with the rubber ducky. He slipped off the soap one day and I almost lost him. After that, I bathed him in the soup bowl. Daddy was surprised when I told him what I had used for Clifford's bathtub. Eek! It was fun having such a small puppy, but Clifford was easy to lose. One day my aunt came to visit. When she left, we looked all over for our small red puppy. My aunt found him in the bake shop. Clifford was scared. He plopped into the cream tub. Then he ran through the pies. The baker tried to catch him, but Clifford clipped up the wedding cake. And landed in the whipped cream. The baker was a little upset. What a mess. My aunt didn't know what to do. She didn't want to bring Clifford home looking like that. Covered in sweet with cream. A small boy with a big dog had an idea. He said his dog loved whipped cream. In no time, Clifford was all cleaned up. And I was so happy to have Clifford home again. The dog who brought him to me was the biggest dog I had ever seen. Until Clifford grew up. VID. Hello, I'm Emily Elizabeth. This is my dog, Clifford. A boy named Tim lives across the street. One day, Tim said, "I try to do a good deed every day. If I had Clifford, I could help a lot of people." I said, "Let's do some good deeds together." A man was raking leaves. Tim gave him a hand, then we helped him put the leaves in his truck. I didn't know that dry leaves make Clifford sneeze. Achoo! The man said he didn't need any more help. We went down the street. We saw a lady painting her fence. We helped her paint. When we finished, she thanked us. Clifford felt so happy that he wagged his tail. That was a mistake. White paint splattered all over her house. We said we would paint the rest of her house too. The lady said, "Never mind." Then we saw an old lady trying to get her kitten down from a tree. Tim said, "Clifford, get the kitty." Clifford bent the limb down so the lady could reach her kitten. But his paw slipped. Clifford moves pretty fast for a big dog. So the kitty went flying across the field, and Clifford was able to catch it. The lady was glad to get her kitten back. Didn't take us long to find our next good deed to do. Somebody had let the air out of the tires of a car. The man asked if we could help him. Tim took a rubber tube out of the car and stuck it on the tire valve. Then he told Clifford to blow air through the tube. Clifford blew, but he blew a little too hard. The man felt better when we took his car to a garage. Oh my God. Well, at least you didn't have to pay. We saw a small paper boy. He was so small, he couldn't throw the newspapers to the doorsteps. Clifford gave him a hand. A paw. Clifford was a little too strong. Nothing seemed to go right for us. All our good deeds were turning out wrong. Then we saw a terrible thing. A man was hurt and laying in the street. Nobody was helping him. Tim said, "You should never move an injured person." Clifford didn't hear him. He picked the man up. We started to find a doctor. Oh dear. We helped the men get their cable back down the manhole. Tim said, "Clifford, maybe you shouldn't help me anymore." Clifford felt very sad. He had tried so hard to do things right. We headed for home. Suddenly we heard someone shouting, "Help! Fire!" The house on the corner was on fire. Tim ran to the alarm box to call the fire department. Clifford ran to the burning house. There were two little kids upstairs. Luckily, there was a swimming pool in the yard. Clifford put out the fire just as the firemen were arriving with the water of the pool. The firemen finished the job and thanked us for our help. That afternoon, the mayor gave us each a medal for our good deeds. Of course, Clifford got the biggest medal of all. Getting a job. Hello, I'm Emily Elizabeth. If you don't live on my street, you may not know me. Or my dog, Clifford. He's a lot of fun to play with. There is only one bad thing about Clifford. He eats a lot of dog food. And a lot of dog food costs a lot of money. We were spending all our money for dog food. Mother and Daddy didn't know what to do. We will have to send Clifford away, they said. Clifford didn't want to go away. He made up his mind to get a job and pay for his own dog food. He decided to join the circus. Good old Clifford. The circus man liked Clifford. Clifford got the job. The amazing red dog. But they put him in the sideshow. He just sat there, and people just looked at him. Clifford wanted to do something. He peeked into a tent. He saw little dogs doing tricks. Clifford wanted to do tricks, too. So he ran into the tent, and he tried to jump through the hoop. But just like the little dog, but it didn't work. And the hoop got stuck on his nose. In the next ring, Clifford saw a little dog riding on a pony. Clifford thinks he can do anything a little dog can do. But he can't. Well, at least they're hugging. The circus man was angry. He asked Clifford to leave. Don't worry, I said. You can get another job. So we went to see a farmer. The farmer thought Clifford would be a good farm dog. He said Clifford could work for him. First, Clifford rounded up the cows. Then Clifford brought home a wagon full of hay. He was doing so well. And then he saw a rat running to the barn. So, Clifford knew that rats on a farm are really bad. So Clifford chased the rat. Oh no. And he chased the rat right into the barn and crushed the barn. And the farmer was not happy about that. So, Clifford and I started home. We felt very bad. Everything had gone wrong. Suddenly, a car came speeding past us. And right behind it came a police car. They were chasing robbers. Clifford took a shortcut through the woods and caught the robbers. I was very proud. The chief of police offered Clifford a job as a police dog. Now Clifford goes to work every day. They don't pay him money, but yay. Every week they send Clifford a lot of dog food. So now we can keep him. Isn't that wonderful? Good old Clifford. That was it. Thank you guys for watching. And it says Clifford, the Big Red Dog, Puppy Days, Clifford Gets a Job, Clifford's Good Deeds. Say hello to America's biggest, reddest, most loved dog, Clifford. Everyone loves Clifford, the big red hero of the best-selling Scholastic books by Norman Bridwell. For over 30 years, the adventures of the big red dog have delighted children all around the world. And now here are 4 favorite Clifford stories collected. So, my Facebook page is facebook.com/yosollplay, YOSALLPLAY. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye to my big brown puppy dog. Bye. Clifford's Big Book of Stories.